Finding that perfect gift is sometimes what feels like an impossible task, but have no fear. I am here to help you out with some, I think, pretty great gift ideas that can hopefully spark some inspiration for your own gift shopping this year. I'm gonna have all the links to everything I talk about in the description box below for your convenience, so it's easy for you to do some online shopping. Just as a side note, yes, my Christmas tree is up, and I did film the whole process of me putting this together and doing some really great DIY ornaments this year. So stay tuned, that might be next week's video, I don't know. Hopefully this is a good resource for you. I'm really excited to talk about the things I have to talk about today, so let's just dive right in. Right off the bat, I want to just tackle a couple low-cost gift ideas that have big meaning. You know, I don't think we have to spend a lot of money for a gift to be good. And this video definitely has gifts at a variety of price points. The first one is a mug basket. A mug is a really popular gift idea, but I feel like if you use the mug as a vehicle for adding more things that are really personal to that person that you're giving the gift to, it can become a really special gift and it can be really affordable. This right here is my little example of a mug basket. Let's start with the mug itself. This is holiday themed, but honestly, if I were gifting a mug on Christmas, I'd probably go for something more wintry or just like evergreen, something that isn't like holiday focused necessarily, so that they can actually get use out of it. But nonetheless, like, this is an adorable mug. It even has like a gift tag already. $5.99. $5.99 at HomeSense, Winners, Marshalls. That's the Canada versions, but in the US there's like TJ Maxx and Home Goods. There's so many budget friendly and adorable mug options out there, and it's about filling it in with things that that person would love. If I were making a basket for myself, I'd add some little stickers. These ones are by Plain Deco. I don't know if I'll find the exact ones online, but great little annotating tabs to use in books, or if you're a student for note taking. These were like $2.75. Ta-da! I'd add in that person's favorite chocolate or like a classically favorite chocolate. So this is a Hershey's Cookies and Cream. Bloop. What is a mug without something to drink in it? So you can even add some of your favorite tea packets. This one is by Yogi. It's the calming tea. And I love this one by Sloan. It's their Heavenly Cream Tea. This is a little bit more of an elevated tea. And then a theme that you're gonna see with the gifts I share this year is that I like to combine function with fun. A lot of these are like very practical, but then I throw in like this fun element, like some Glamnetic press-on nails. And this, I feel like, just makes the gift a little bit more complete because you've got all these things that the person can actually use. The nails, obviously, someone can use, but it's like something that someone might not necessarily buy for themselves. Bada boom, bada bing. You can wrap this in cellophane, put a bow on it. A classic low-cost gift that I think is still like amazing to do is cookie boxes. I'm determined one year to actually do this myself for a lot of the people that I have on my list, because when you do have a bigger list of people to gift for, or even couples to gift for, it can get really complicated to figure out what to get them. So if that is a skill that you have, don't be afraid to give the gift of yumminess. I could not do a video like this without first tackling gifts for the reader in your life. 2024 was the year of the colored e-reader. It started with the Kobo Libra Color, which I have in my hands right now, but Kindle has now come out with their very own called the Kindle Color Soft. I think a colored e-reader makes such a great gift is because it's not really a need. Like, no one really needs a colored e-reader, but it does add some really great, I think, annotating opportunities when you have like that color aspect, particularly with the Kobo Libra Color, because there is an accompanying stylus that you can buy with it. One of my favorite parts about the colored e-reader is that you can highlight things and change the color of your highlights. So you can have different highlights that represent different things to you, like quotes that you like or plot points that are important. I'm gonna make this blue, and look how pretty that is. I haven't yet had the chance to try out the Kindle color version, but I would imagine it has a lot of the same like benefits in terms of like color ink that the Kobo does. I think especially if you're buying this for someone who uses their e-reader a lot, they're really gonna appreciate that upgrade. Because again, it's not necessarily something like you need to do, but admittedly, it's a fun feature to take advantage of. One of the things I have adored doing in 2024, and I've taken you along with me as I've done this, is making custom case designs. It's really simple to do. You just use regular scrapbooky materials to create a custom look, but the key ingredient here is to buy a clear case. These are super inexpensive. Again, they'll both be linked below for both e-readers. If you know someone with an e-reader that doesn't have a clear case, I think buying them a clear case plus some like really cute stickers so that they can decorate their e-reader is such a fun little touch. You can see two of these designs that I've done on the Kindle and the Kobo. These stickers right here I'll actually link in the description box below too, because they're from Amazon. Book Nook has become increasingly popular. If you've never seen a Book Nook before, it's essentially this little structure that can sit or be displayed on your bookshelf amongst your books. And if you look inside, there's usually some really whimsical scenery taking place. You can buy Book Nooks already built off of Etsy. They can get a little pricey, but I like the idea of gifting something that someone can DIY. Rolife makes some really great Book Nook options. I think this is definitely the type of gift you have to give to someone who likes getting hands-on and tactile with their hands, because to put these little Book Nooks together, they're quite intense. There's a lot of little pieces and gluing and structure building, but it can also be really therapeutic if you really like that kind of stuff. And also the reward of a really cute lit up Book Nook at the end is mwah. These look adorable displayed on bookshelves, and anyone who loves books and loves their book collection will appreciate anything that can add a little magic to that shelf. I mentioned this before, but it's worth noting again because it's just too good. And that is a book stamp and or book embosser. So a book stamp is self-explanatory. It's a stamp. A book embosser would create an embossing, but both of these things can be used and customized to have a special touch added to a book. Like, I think it's a great idea to get something like From the Library of Caitlin if I were gifting it to myself. You can kind of do something or along the lines of that, so that any book that the person gets or owns, they can stamp or emboss and just make that book truly theirs. And there's no denying, if someone borrows it from them, that that book belongs in their book collection. Speaking of physical books, one of my favorite parts about Etsy is that you can find the most unique book gifts and merchandise for some of the most popular series on the market right now. And the one that like kind of comes to mind that I think if you're in the book world, everyone has like heard of it before, is the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. So when I saw this listing on Etsy, I just thought, wow, this is such a cute gift for someone who is obsessed with these books. They are vintage dust jackets that you can print at home or at a print shop and change the complete look of the book series on your shelf. I was like just in awe of them. And I think I like this too because one of my favorite things to watch on TikTok this year was people ripping covers off their books this year, which sounds like the most atrocious thing that one can do to a physical book. But they use their bookbinding skills to create these beautiful, almost like Penguin classic cloth bound looking novels, and just changing the whole aesthetic of a book cover. So much fun to watch, but also super time consuming and talent required to do. So being able to buy these designs and just have them printed is such a cute idea. Obviously, if you're giving this to multiple people, you're also only buying the Etsy listing once and you can print it however many times you want. But again, one of those things where, you know, chances are they haven't bought that for themselves. It's a little bit different. Etsy is also a really great place to get some embroidered or printed sweaters, crew necks, t-shirts, like all of those things in whatever kind of niche that you want to buy a gift for. But I think the ones for the book lovers are always extra cute and quirky, and you can find some just real gems that you won't necessarily be able to buy in physical stores. He also has really funky, unique bookmarks as well. Like, I love these Arthur library card ones. Something about them just makes me want to open up a book and get using them ASAP. Like I said, always looking for that combo between fun and functional. So I came across this spicy reading kit the other day. It's obviously for people who like a little spice in their books, the spicy reader. And it has everything you would need to have like the most ideal spicy reading session. There's these chili pepper rating book flags, there's a coaster, some socks, a little LED candle, bookmark, scrunchie, just like a funky little kit. Obviously, you could definitely put together a kit like this for yourself for whatever category of reader in your life, so that's a great idea. A kit for the mystery reader, a kit for the horror reader, a kit for the fantasy reader. But something like this is great because it's already done for you too. A really unique gift for the book lover in your life is the Tidy the Bookshelf card game. I've never played it myself, but I came across this in store. It sounds like the perfect game for the reader because it essentially requires the participants in the game to order a certain select set of books in the order of publication date, and the game gets harder as you go on. I'll try to include some screenshots on the screen of examples of the types of like questions or books that they'd ask you to order. Card games are always so convenient to have on hand. They're not too hard to store, but they help really occupy time or great things to do when you're entertaining guests. So I'm always down to try a new one, and I think like that's a really great thing to gift. Penguin classic cloth bounds. I love these. They are so gorgeous. My dream is to have a bookshelf full of them. Now, if you know a classic that someone really loves, the reader in your life really loves, it makes it really easy to find that book in the Penguin classic cloth bound version and gift that. But if you know like that they're a romance reader and you just don't know like what their thing is, then there's a really great Jane Austen set that I bought last year during, I believe, Black Friday. But this is something that I suspect for Black Friday or for Boxing Day is going to go on sale. They have like these gift sets for a variety of different art authors. It's a really easy way to like start someone's journey down the Penguin cloth bound classics road. Now let's shift gears for gifts for the creative person in your life. For the person who just likes to always try different arts and crafts as a leisurely thing, or maybe they're really invested in it. One of the first things that comes to mind is buying some air dry clay and perhaps like a little air dry clay tool set. And I say perhaps because you can usually find these things particularly at, again, HomeSense, Winners, Marshalls, even Amazon for really inexpensive. And I think like pairing these together just makes it a really complete gift and something that someone can use to get creative and design sculptures or create coasters, ornaments. I don't know, I don't even feel like listing everything because the list truly goes on with the possibilities with air dry clay. It's something I've experimented with a little bit this year and something I'm going to be excited to continue exploring in 2025. Lego has really stepped up their game with the kinds of models that they have that I think are more appealing to just a wider variety of people. And you can buy Lego at a variety of price points depending on the model set you're looking at, but what's great about Lego is that there are so many options at different price points to fit whatever budget you're looking for, and there are so many different types of sets that can be catered to the person that you're buying it for. I really have loved the Lego flower sets this year. I bought one of the full bouquet ones and it sits beautifully on my bedroom nightstand, and they are forever flowers. So not only was it like fun to put together, but now I have this piece of decor in my home that is really special. But they also make a smaller kit with flowers, and I love the tulip one in particular. A little bit of a higher price point. I made the Great Wave this year, and one of the reasons I loved this particular Lego kit is because, again, it's a piece of decor that I was able to put in my office. I don't have a ton of space in my apartment, so I always have to be mindful of like, where am I gonna put something like a fully completed Lego piece? But when you're able to like use Lego as art as well, it makes it so that, oh, it's really just taking up the space of a photo frame. Just in general, like so much fun to put together. That Great Wave one in particular had some audio podcasts that came along with the kit, so I could hear about different artists' interpretation of the art and some backstory on how the Lego designers made some creative choices in designing or reinterpreting the Great Wave as a Lego piece. Really, I just feel like with this one, you're giving someone the gift of tapping into their inner child, because Lego is not just for kids, it's for the adults too. Getting someone a watercolor kit plus some watercolor paper is another great option too. There's also like watercolor guides or kits, like this one from Anthropology that I found that has a little bit more instruction on things that you can draw with your watercolor, or things that you can paint with your watercolor paints. Something about watercolor in particular that is just really calming and peaceful, so I think it also has a self-care element to it as well. If the painter in your life is a little bit more established, then I think getting them something off of Etsy for their painting supplies is a great option, like a really custom or even just like handmade paintbrush holder or a really beautiful ceramic paint palette. There's even like really fancy craft aprons that you can get. Just stunning stuff. If the person in your life is a big journaler or a planner, then I think buying a really beautiful sticker book is, again, like one of those things that we think of as just being for kids. Buy the sticker book for kids. No, there are ones for adults as well. Another creative hobby that I think has just really amped up in popularity on TikTok is coloring books plus alcohol-based markers for coloring within the coloring book. Anytime one of these coloring videos comes on my For You page, I just have to stop and watch, because there's something so satisfying about seeing a coloring book get filled in. And there's so many great tips too online from professional colorers of like how to add really unique shading and lighting into your coloring book design so that they really look extra lifelike and special. So if someone's into this hobby already, you can simply get them a new coloring book so that they have more coloring materials. But if they haven't explored this yet, then getting them a coloring book plus a set of these markers is just a perfect packaged gift. It's everything that they would need to get started on their coloring journey. Getting someone a really cool, creative phone case is always a great option. I wanted to highlight specifically the smartwatch. This tech gift recommendation. And one of the things I want to mention is my smart band watch. This is a smart band watch from Casetify. And by adding it to my Apple Watch, it really turned in my watch into a fashion statement rather than just being like a more fitness looking device. When this is a silicone band, it just clearly makes the watch look like a fitness device. But when I added this metal band that looks very traditionally like a normal analog watch, I just found myself wearing my watch more and more because it didn't feel like so much of an eyesore. But I have gotten so many questions about this watch band over the years, and I just think it makes a really great gift for someone that you know uses their fitness watch a lot. Digital photo frames have come such a long way since they first came out. I remember a decade ago, the digital photo frame was good, but it was kind of annoying because you had to take out the memory card, attach it to your computer, and then upload your photos to the memory card, and then plop that memory card back into your frame so that you could see the photos. These days with photo frames like the Aura frame, you don't have to do any of that. You just make an online account and you're able to upload photos directly from your phone onto your photo frame without any extra little step. I've shared before that I really do like printing photos from my phone and displaying them in coffee table books or photo albums I can flip through. But it definitely takes quite a bit of time from when a photo is shot to me displaying it into a photo album that I can then flip through. So what I love about these digital photo frames is almost like weekly, I can just upload the most current photos that I've taken in the last couple of weeks or a month and just be instantly able to have them in rotation as one of the images I'm seeing on my frame. Such a great gift for parents, even a great gift for grandparents, because although they might not be able to use it, you can set it up so that all the grandkids and all the kids are able to upload photos from their phones to your grandparents' frame so that like they're always getting current photos of what all the members of the family are doing. I mentioned the Tidy Library game in the book section of this gift guide, but another like type of game gift that you can give is playing cards. Now playing cards on their own aren't terribly exciting, but playing cards that are designed with some special images, ooh, that's a little different. When I saw these ones on Anthropology in particular, I just was taken aback by them because they're just so cute. If you know someone who's moved out on their own for the first time or has recently just gotten married, then you might also want to start building their game board collection, and you can do it in a little bit more of an interesting way than just buying the original game board. Over the years, I've come across some like aesthetic versions of classic game boards like Monopoly. I really like the ones on Anthropology, but there are other ones that are beautiful as well. And you know, you typically only need to buy like one game of Monopoly or one game of Life or one game of Clue in your life. If you're gonna buy it, I think making it a little extra special, you can't go wrong. For some self-care gifts, I've talked about these before, but puzzles by the Hobry are just my favorite kinds of puzzles. They typically come in 500 pieces. Designs are just magnificent. This one is a bookshelf. This one's called Manifesting Magic. It has this velvet touch that is just so comforting to hold as the colder months are in play, especially here in Canada. It's great to give someone something that they can do on a quiet night in. And 500 pieces isn't too intimidating. I feel like if you're giving someone a 1,000-piece puzzle, like you have to know that they're really into the puzzle thing, because 1,000 pieces takes a little bit more effort. Now, if you know someone who likes walking as a form of getting around or as exercise or as just like a therapeutic experience, then oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing that I've come across this year. They're called Conquer Virtual Challenges, and essentially you sign up and pay to do a certain route. The route options are endless. Like there's tons of like actual real life routes that you can do, like in cities of Europe, or there's fictional routes you can take, whoa, that are related to Star Wars or Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, Scooby-Doo. How it works is that you're essentially virtually walking a route on your phone, but you physically are moving yourself by actually walking in real life. So it's definitely something that you're using to help encourage you to walk more. And what I think is so incredible is that at the end of your route, once you complete the journey, you then get sent in the mail this stunning medal. And I've seen these medals in real life because someone in my life has done a ton of these. And oh my God, they are so well done. They are pieces of art, these medals. And I just think when I first heard of this, I thought the medal was gonna be something really dinky and non-impressive, but they are truly something that you're gonna wanna display. And the first thing I thought of is, oh my goodness, this would be the perfect gift because it's just something unusual, something I don't think everyone has really heard about before. But you also at the end get like this really special piece of memorabilia to mark a really impressive self-care journey that you just went on by taking this little walking trail. So if you're curious to learn more details are down below. I'm obsessed with this. I just think it's so creative, and I think, again, because of the fact the medals are so well designed, I think it's extra good. 2024 has been the year of journaling for me, so it'd be silly for me not to mention a journal on this list. Personally, all year I've been using a Lloydstrom 1917 journal because they come in a variety of vibrant colors and different paper styles, so you can pick a paper style and a color that really fits the person that you're buying the journal for. But I've also, in my bullet journaling days, used a lot of the Archer and Olive notebooks, and they are so beautiful. Like the cloth bound covers are just so yummy. I do believe I still have a coupon code with them, so I'll include the details on the screen and in the description box below in case you want to get a little bit of an extra discount. But those ones are just like extra stunning and really super thick paper too. I still think a new set of pajamas is one of the best gifts that you can give anyone and everyone. We could always use a new pair of pajamas. And one of the sets that I think I've really liked this year are the ones that American Eagle has come out with. It's a long sleeve shirt. The bottoms are like these boxer shorts, but the fabric of these particular pajamas is so cozy. They've now released them in so many different designs. Like this year I got the Grinch holiday ones for the holidays, but I also got some Western peanuts during the fall because it was so cute. Now, although candles are another one of those things that you can find that elevated packaging for to make them a little bit more special, I think another great thing to get that's not a candle is a candle snuffer. And on places like Etsy and Anthropology, I know you can find some really beautiful candle snuffers so that you don't have to risk blowing out a candle and having wax fly at your face, which may or may not have happened to me before. We're not talking about it. There's something about a coffee table book. I don't know what it is, but I always love looking through them and browsing them, and they end up being really beautiful pieces of decor in the home as well. And I love it when you can find coffee table books, which is not difficult to do because there are so many coffee table books out there that are really niched down into something so specific that you didn't even think to want to look at before. Like I found a coffee table book that's all about Portugal and tile work and the architecture of Portugal. There's also this one about city parks that's just focused on parks in cities around the world. They end up being something that can be easily customized to the personality of the person that you're giving the gift to. These items are in the stocking stuffers category, but they definitely can be used as gifts in and of themselves. First one I have is a water bottle. Now this one is a pretty boring black one, but a water bottle like this one by Yeti comes in so many different fun colors, which I recommend because who doesn't want a fun colored water bottle as a gift. One of the reasons I like this one is because it can be used for cold and hot beverages, as many of these insulated water bottles do these days. But I like the fact that this one doesn't have a straw. It's just a sipping one, which I preferred because cleaning it is so much easier. Water bottles, oh my goodness, they can get gross. You do have to clean those often, guys, especially when it's cold and flu season. You don't want like bacteria just building in here. Hot tip, I think going to the dollar store for crossword puzzles or Sudoku books or word search books is one of the best moves you can make. I feel like it's one of those things that can often be overpriced at certain stores, so I like the fact that if you go to the dollar store, it's an inexpensive way to sprinkle in some intellectual fun. Okay, because we all need a little bit of that. Getting someone an extra phone charger might sound boring, but honestly, I talked about this a few weeks ago or a month ago, I can't remember, but I recently got some extra chargers in my life and my life has changed because now I just am able to charge on the go. I'm always able to keep one with me. I'm able to keep one at home. Bought a 10-foot cable one that allows me to just always be on my phone, even if I have to charge my phone in inconvenient places. Get someone an extra phone charger. I'm sure they'll find a good use for it, and I feel like we're always losing those. Ravioli spoon rest just caught my eye because, oh, how can it not? It's a ravioli spoon rest. Very functional piece to have in the kitchen, but oh my goodness, it's a giant piece of ravioli, and how cool is that? Everyone needs that. Kind of reminds me of my pill pod case that comes in like a pea pod. I'll also include an image of that, and I'm sure a link. I think they still sell those. I can't explain it. It just satisfies the soul to see these things. A pea pill pod, a ravioli spoon rest. Doesn't get better than that. Still such a fan of my Bagu reusable shopping bags, and these make for a great stocking stuffer. Even though I don't fold them up every time, they just scrunch even down into something that can easily be tossed into a bag or a crossbody so that you always have a reusable shopping bag wherever you go. The options for them are endless and they come in a lot of different sizes too now. I think funky stickers and washi tape make for such great stocking stuffers, great for journalers, planners, readers who want to annotate. And speaking of stickers, why not get stickers for your face in the form of pimple patches? There's lots of cute designs out there from different brands. There's also ones that just blend in with your skin tone so that you can wear them on the go in an inconspicuous way. I personally will be asking Santa for that because that will be really handy for me on days where you just have those breakouts that need a little extra help. Since we're in sweater weather season, a fabric shaver is always handy to have on hand for just keeping up the maintenance of your knits. I have some pills on this sweater right now, and what's handy about a fabric shaver is it just takes a few seconds to go over those areas and depill your sweaters or knits or any fabrics really in your life. I use this on my couch as well. It really has just become like such a closet staple for me to make sure that I can get as much wear out of my favorite things as possible. I'd love to know in the comment section down below, what is your unique gift suggestion for other people that might be looking for some more ideas, and or which gift in this video really spoke to you as something that you might try doing or giving this year. It's hard for me to pick a favorite, but I do really like that first one we talked about, the mug basket. So versatile for so many different types of people. I will see you all very soon with a new one, and until then, bye guys.